Good afternoon, Kelly Montgomery. How are you today?
I'm fabulous, Shawn. How are you?
Awesome. Almost fabulous, actually. So I think I might start using that, Kelly. Fabulous.
Don't sell yourself short. If you don't say you're fabulous, you can't go through the day being fabulous.
Yeah, I always say like outstanding or awesome. There's, never a bad day, especially when you wake up in the morning. But yeah, but welcome to our live stream, Lending with Purpose. Is conversations that we have with clients and friends, intros to various forms of information and professionals like yourself, resources that we use, that we look for, that we never knew existed and wanted to learn more about. And this is called Lending with Purpose. So, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. I usually, I typically start off with a story. I don't have one today.
What?
No, I don't have a story for you today. I kind of was going to tell a story about the time that my wife and I couldn't agree on some home repairs, Kelly, that we had that, each year we would do some kind of home improvement project, right, at our house. And as the years go, some things are just obvious that you have to take care of in the house. But then after we take care of some of those things, it's just like little things or big things, so to speak, that the two of us, we just couldn't agree on which one we should fix and which one took priority over the other one, right? And so we couldn't come to an agreement. So we decided and got a home inspector, right? And the home inspector came in, looked through the house, gave us his booklet, kind of gave us an idea of what things were more pressing than others. And that's what we used to do the home improvement projects moving forward all throughout the time that we lived in the house. So I was going to tell that story, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, Kelly's not a home inspector. She does home warranties. And so I didn't really have a home warranty story because I don't think I've had to use one yet. Some of my clients and folks that I know that are like landlords and such, they've benefited from having to from using them, but I haven't. So I'm really curious and interested to have this conversation with you today because I do feel like it's something that's necessary in many cases. I also think that there's a misconception about how people use them or not use them, why you should have them, why you shouldn't have them, that kind of thing. And so I'm interested to bring this information to our network today. So before we get started and we get to it, can you tell us, Kelly, who you are and what you do?
So I am Kelly Montgomery. I am a senior account executive in the Northern Virginia, Hampton Roads area for Choice Home Warranty. And I am in the business of saving people money.
So tell me, let's just go there. What do you mean you're in the business of saving people money? All right.
So the concept behind a home warranty is really to save people money, right? For unexpected failures and breakdowns within a home. So something that without a home warranty may be $7,000 may cost you, a very small fraction of that, the service fee, and then maybe something that may not be covered because home warranties do not cover everything. But a good example is this morning I worked on an HVAC claim. A service fee $65 when the contractor comes out to your home. The homeowner paid the $65. Turns out they have to have their AC replaced. Unfortunately, there are a few items that they needed to have updated and upgraded within the HVAC system that were not covered. So they were out of pocket about $600. So the $600, the $65 service fee, but they are going to have a brand new HVAC system come Saturday morning.
And that could range anywhere between what, $3,000 to $10,000.
Oh yeah, easily. Depends on the size of the unit. Their unit was mid-grade, so retail cost was about $7,000.
So, all right, I kind of do have a story because you took the words out of my mouth. It's right before you told your example. I was thinking to myself, we did have a home warranty at my last house, but whoever the company was, they wouldn't replace our furnace, right? Because I guess they said it was working, like the fan was working or something like that, right? And it wasn't necessarily on its last leg. So tell me about that. Like, so how did this particular person that you helped today, that you worked on the claim, how their whole AC unit get replaced? Like, what were the reasons why you all were able to honor that claim?
So when they placed the claim earlier this week and the contractor came out, it is an older unit, and I will tell you, for my warranty company and for most of them, there is no age restriction. So whether the unit's 25 years old and it's outlived its life expectancy, or it's 2 years old, we still cover them. So there's no fine print on the age of the system for most of them. So regardless of who you use, you'd want to double check. But they had placed a claim earlier this week. House wasn't cooling. Contractor comes out. It was only a 14-year-old unit, but because the repairs were just too excessive, I mean, it just had a lot of issues with it. It wasn't in our best interest at this point to band-aid it and just try and find the parts for a 14-year-old system. It was just in the interest of the homeowner to ensure they had AC as soon as possible, just to order a new system. It doesn't always happen, because all warranty companies, regardless of who you go with, they will always repair before they replace. So if this AC unit would have been repairable, we would have done the repair, but it was way past repair.
It was too far gone. You know,
It
you
was too far
having to replace it anyway. Right. So, in this particular case, with this with this AC unit, what was the process to get to you to do the claim and such? Like, what did they have to do? So one of my other questions, I was stumbling on it. I just thought about it. Like, in regards to who you send out, do you send your own people out to take a look at the unit, or can I call my own contractors in to look as well?
Okay, super great question. Everyone asks that. So the process with a home warranty is you always reach out to the home warranty company first. So we have agreements with numerous contractors within specific areas. They are our preferred providers. They are the ones that would be dispatched. So if you had, so for example, so the timeline for this AC repair was the AC went out, I think maybe Monday, I'm not sure. They went online, placed the claim. Contractor came out first thing Wednesday morning, because once they place the claim, it gets dispatched out to contractors. So what's super awesome with Choice is we use an Uber-like style dispatch for anybody that's familiar with Uber. So if a claim comes in zip code 22552 for an AC repair, it comes into our company, it's dispersed out to all of the HVAC contractors that service zip code 22192. Whoever can service the claim the soonest is the one that gets to accept the dispatch. At that point, you receive an email from us. Sometimes you'll receive a phone call from the contractor letting you know their appointment availability and what time they'd like to schedule you. Then you're on their calendar. Then, they come out whatever time they gave to you, and go from there for the repair. But you always want to reach out to the home warranty company first. You do not want to go on your own. In rare instances with Choice Home Warranty, if we send it out into that portal, like the Uber-like type dispatch, and no contractor picks it up, at that point, we will then allow you to get your own contractor.
Mm-hmm.
And then your own contractor would come out. Prior to them completing the repair, they need to, while they're at the home, call our 888 number, convey to us what the repair is to ensure that it's something that's covered by the warranty. They then complete the repair. We receive the invoice and we reimburse the homeowner for their expense by using what we call out-of-network contractor. But that's only if we can't get a contractor in our network for you.
Got it. We're going to get back to the nuts and bolts of it. So I'm going to go backwards again. Let me start all over. Here we go. So tell me, because I want people to understand like the life cycle of this thing, right? So tell me why and how in regards to a home warranty, like basically
why get a home warranty?
Yeah, why get a home warranty? And then once I decide that I need one, how do I go about doing so?
Okay, So the why for a warranty, first I'll give you a personal experience. I bought my first home at 27 and I was a single mom. I didn't know anything about warranties. Didn't know they existed. My agent never mentioned it to me. I moved into my home. Within about 30 to 40 days, my HVAC went out. Well, I had just taken all the money that I had to buy my house. I am a single mom. I had a 1-year-old, and I didn't have $7,000 to replace my HVAC. So I was kind of stuck. Thankfully, I have an amazing mother who bailed me out and helped me pay for the HVAC unit, which I did have to pay her back. But had I had a warranty, I could have deferred a lot of that expense to the home warranty company. So a home warranty is there to protect your biggest investment, your home, right? And your bank account. Most people do not have the amount of money in a savings account set aside for the repairs that can be incurred within a home. And I like to compare it to home insurance. Not home insurance, car insurance. So it's mandatory to have car insurance, right? You have to have car insurance.
Yes.
And, the repairs that you need if you have an accident or whatever, they're excessive, but you have car insurance. So it offsets the cost, right? On average, what do you pay for car insurance? What do you pay for car insurance?
I knew you were going to ask me that just now.
Your wife pays that bill, doesn't she?
I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you. Maybe $1,000 or something like that a year.
Okay, so I think the average for one person with, no highline, Mercedes or Jag or anything like that, but an average vehicle for an average person with not a horrible driving record is somewhere between $1,000 to $1,200, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That car probably costs what, 40 grand? So you're paying $1,200 a year for the chance of a issue with your vehicle, which at most might be $40,000. It could vary up or down. A home warranty averages about $580 a year and covers about $40,000 worth of items in your home. So home warranties, the easiest way to remember what a home warranty covers is I tell everybody to use the acronym PEACH. So it's going to cover your plumbing, your electrical, your appliances, your cooling, and your heating.
Say that again.
It's your plumbing,
yeah,
your electrical, your appliances, your cooling, and your heating. Super easy. And the chances, let's knock on wood, talking about car accidents or issues, but if you think back to the last 5 years, how many times have you used your car insurance versus in the last 5 years had an issue with a dishwasher, a ceiling fan, a refrigerator, your HVAC, your hot water heater in those 5 years?
So you
probably had at least 2, right?
You're hitting all kinds of nerves with me today. Because look,
it saved lots of money, Shawn.
I know, because a deer ran into my car this year, and I hadn't had an accident, in a very long time. I won't say before that long time that I hadn't had accidents before, but a very, very long time. And the crazy thing is, my family, we've been pretty much like sort of, sticking in and around our house, like in the bubble, so to speak. It was really when we were almost sheltered in place. I ventured out just to go to the grocery store. That was the most expensive 20 minutes of my life. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, it's rare that you would really have to use your car insurance versus having to fix some kind of an appliance or whatever that would be in your house. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it's a very small investment in comparison with what it costs and the amount of money it could save you.
Yeah, that's very true. So what are you finding why people aren't getting the home inspections? Like, I apologize, not home inspections, but the home warranties. Why aren't people getting those?
There's a lot of different reasons. Let's get real. The market right now is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So, people might not be, it used to be in a traditional market a couple years ago. A lot of sellers would take the warranty. They would offer it at closing to their buyers as a seller's as a benefit to make the property stand out. If they knew they had some aged items, appliances, systems in the home. They might have just went ahead and paid for the warranty during the closing just to give peace of mind to their buyers, so that they would accept the contract and so forth. It's just, it's different for different people. I mean, some people don't know warranties exist. Some people think that warranties don't pay anything. There are claims that get denied. I mean, it happens. It happens all the time. But I tell homeowners and agents, if you understand the warranty and your homeowner has realistic expectations of a warranty, it's always going to work out in their favor. A lot of people that's why I cautioned this morning, you're not necessarily only going to pay $65. And that's, a lot of people think that, I get a home warranty, all I pay is a service fee. It's not the case, but they just weren't educated to know why there could be additional out-of-pocket cost. Again, like the HVAC this morning that we finalized. Yes, there was $700 that was not covered, and they paid their service fee, but they're also getting a $7,000 unit, and it's way easier to swallow $765 versus $7,000.
Absolutely. 10% of the cost. Yeah, absolutely. And then what is a deductible on something like is there a deductible?
Well, yeah. So the $65 that I'm mentioning, that would be the service fee or the deductible that you would pay a contractor every time they would come to your home to repair or diagnose or replace an item.
All right. Okay. Got it. And then, so before we move on, give me an example of why a claim would be denied.
Big thing, a home warranty is put in place typically at the time of closing, right? And normally in the market before it became a little cray-cray, everyone had home inspections. You waive home inspections now, right? You need a place to live. You want to make sure your offer's accepted. You waive that home inspection. Fair enough. But with that being done, you don't know if everything in the home is in good working condition.
Right.
With that being said, we don't require a home inspection, but we do require that everything be in good working condition at the time of enrollment with the warranty. And the definition of good working condition would be that you can visually look at it and everything seems to be working. Or if it's the HVAC system, that a licensed HVAC tech came out and gave it a once over and a good bill of health. So
got it.
That way you know everything's in good working condition, right? So example of something not being covered. So we do not cover pre-existing, right? Has to be working when the warranty goes into a place. I've had an issue where an agent called me. Let's say they sold the house this morning at 10. They did a walkthrough yesterday, went to closing today at 10 o'clock. The homeowners are moving in at 12. They go to put stuff under their sink and it's all wet and the boards are like warped and it's just hanging down and it's sagging. We had to deny that because there's no way that happened in 2 hours, right? The warranty became effective at 10 o'clock in the morning. At 12, they found this leak. It's unfortunate that they just saw it and maybe during the walkthrough they didn't look under the sink. But based on the photos that they had sent, and I told them, I said, it's going to be denied. You can tell that it had been leaking for a really long time. It didn't just happen in 2 hours. So that would be an example of something that's not covered. Like water damage is really a big one because if somebody notices water damage and it's typically within the first 72 hours of enrollment that they determine that there's water damage. Based on the significance of the water damage, the contractors can tell you whether or not the leak had been pre-existing. So something like that. We do cover unknown pre-existing. So, for example, unknown would be, what's a good one? So water heaters. The longer you have a water heater, eventually all the muck and grime and stuff that ends up in there, it builds sediment at the bottom of the tank. Did you know people are supposed to drain their hot water heaters once a year? Nobody does. I'm a home warranty rep. I don't. But if you drain it, you would know there's sediment. Very rarely do people do that. So if a hot water heater happens to go out within 2 hours of moving in, and the contractor comes out and they determine it was from built up sediment, and it was just unfortunate for those homeowners that it actually, started leaking 2 hours after they moved in, that would still be covered because that's deemed unknown pre-existing. Unless somebody's got a clear hot water heater, like, you're not going to be able to see what's in the bottom of that hot water heater.
Got it.
So that would be covered because that's unknown. You can't visually or by a licensed plumber determine that just looking at it.
Understood. Couple more questions. So speaking of, a home having a home warranty on it, right? So say I buy a house and the house still has 6 months left on the home warranty or whatever the number is, right? Can I transfer that?
You totally can. So you
Okay.
can transfer it to a new home, or you can request a prorated refund, or
Okay.
you can transfer it to the new homeowner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all right, so great. So I was actually going as me being a buyer, the homeowner, the home buyer. So can I take on the existing home warranty that maybe the seller had on it before I bought? I
Yeah,
could do that.
whatever. Well, and that's a little different. So I thought so if you were a buyer selling a home and you had the buyer's policy in place, you
Yeah.
had 6 months left, you could transfer your 6-month buyer policy to that new buyer.
To
Mhm.
to the new buyer.
Yes. But as far as the seller, we offer free seller's coverage. So when you put a house on the market, talk to your homeowners, talk to your clients, set yourself apart. If you're a realtor, some realtors don't talk about home warranties. Offer to put listing coverage in place on that home, and then educate them that they'll have coverage on everything but their HVAC. That's not free. That would be $60. But you have appliance coverage. You have electrical coverage. You have plumbing coverage at no cost while the home's on the market. So even if there's a claim on your dishwasher and we come out and repair or replace the dishwasher, you still haven't paid for that warranty, because that's something that we give you for free for putting in place, the homeowner putting it in place during the listing period. Then ideally you'd want to set yourself apart and offer a home warranty to the buyer at closing. So you'd have free coverage during the listing period for the seller in the home. Then they market their home that it comes with a home warranty, and then the home warranty transfers to the buyer at closing. At closing is when you would pay the cost. And it kind of sets yourself apart and gives, especially if a home's a little older and a buyer might be a little hesitant, because the seller's not going to replace stuff that's not broken, but they could offer them a home warranty to give them peace of mind. I know my water heater is 20 years old. I know the home inspector, or without a home inspection, said it's nearing the end of its lifespan. But to give you peace of mind, I'm going to give you a warranty, and you are covered if something goes wrong in the first year you're in the home.
That's awesome. So transferable, and you can get listing coverage, which is key for realtors. There are some realtors that tune into this,
Yes.
and I think it's super important to know that that's definitely a good way to differentiate yourselves. So the listing coverage, that's I didn't realize that you could do that either. So my last question around the home inspection, because I'm sure we could talk for days about this stuff. And
Oh yes, I love what I do.
I know you do. I could tell. Kelly, thank you so much for doing this. But all right, I'm not buying a resale, right? I'm buying a brand new house, like a new construction. Everything's new. Why do I need a home warranty?
Valid point. So typically when you're purchasing new construction, quite often the builder has some type of warranty that you get, primarily for the structural issues, so that it's warranted for the first 10 years of structural defects. They also probably have appliances that came with a 1-year manufacturer's warranty, right? So there's no reason to buy a brand new construction and put a warranty on it. You're right. It's got manufacturer warranties. We offer a plan that would pick up in year 2 and 3. And even though a lot of people think, oh, it's 2-year-old appliance, 3-year-old appliance, you're right. 20 years ago, things didn't break in the first 2, 3, or 4 years. I mean, you can look in some areas, people still have avocado green dishwashers, right? because they were built so much better and they're still working. Your Samsung dishwasher by no means is ever going to last you 20 years. I mean, it's just the way they're built now. They're not built the same way they were back then. So, and we know that the chance is minimal in those first 2 or 3 years. So we offer 2 and 3 year coverage for new construction, really, really inexpensive. Like for new construction, you could get 2 years worth for the price you pay for a resale home for one.
Got it. And so do I do that immediately when I buy, or do I wait until the second year to pick up that policy?
Either or.
Okay.
Either or.
Okay. No, that's awesome. That's amazing. Thank you, Kelly. This is great.
I know, this is so fun. Thank you for such a fun activity during the middle of my day.
Yeah, no worries. So we're going to put your information in the chat. I'd like to get that peach in there too as well. Plumbing, electrical appliances, cooling and heating. Plumbing, electrical appliances, cooling and heating. That's what's covered, right?
Yes,
and,
sir.
How can we connect with you? Like, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Call me, text me, email me, meet me for lunch, meet me for coffee, meet me for a glass of wine. Just let me know.
All right, cool. What's so how do we get in touch? Like, how do we call you or email
So
you?
if I put it in this chat, would that work? If I type it in?
Yeah, you can type it. Okay. You can say it and we can type it too, whatever's easiest for you.
So my cell number is 703-987-7021. And my email is kmontgomery at can't type while I'm way up here, chwpro.com. There we go.
Got it. So thanks for that. Yep, I see it in the chat here. I'm gonna see if I can get that posted real quick. Oh, you got big plans for the rest of the day?
Just working.
And
I have to be at the gym at 6:20.
Oh, all right.
It's my decompressing hour of the day.
Yeah, you said that things
all that iron and any frustrations are released.
You said that things are really busy for you. So I understand. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this up so that you can get back to work and you can get ready and be ready for your gym tonight. So there's things that we do that are when we do these meetings and stuff like that. You know, you get in front of realtors and you do these meetings. You get in front of different referral sources and you typically have some sort of an icebreaker, Kelly. Well, we saved the icebreaker for the end. So I didn't tell you exactly what this last purpose question was that we were going to ask, but you got to answer it. And so we're going to get real quick K Montgomery at chwpro.com in the chat, as well as your phone number 703-987-7021. So be sure to reach out to Kelly to get some more information about the home warranties. But Kelly, you get one person dead or alive, get one question, breakfast, lunch, coffee, dinner, email, direct message, whatever it might be. Who would it be and what would you ask?
Oh, jeez. One person, famous or not famous?
Well, whoever it could be anybody. We've had people so far say their cat, their dog. They've said, someone famous or not famous. It could be anybody that, just the first person that comes to mind. I'm sure that there's, many people like that in your life, but just whoever the first person is that comes to your mind.
Yeah, I think the first person, unfortunately, I lost my dad when I was 18.
Okay.
So that would probably be my one call.
I see. This is a tough question. I know. This is a tough one, but do you know what you would ask?
I don't think there'd be one question. I think I'd have like 50.
So what would be the first question?
I don't know. You caught me off guard. I'm usually never at a loss for words.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard with that one.
That's fine. No worries. We'll move on that one. Yeah, that's why I often ponder whether I should even ask that question or not, because it's for
It's a
many
good
people.
question because you know what? When I get off, I'll probably sit and ponder it and think about it. So
Yeah, yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure, like you said, you would have many questions that you would ask anyway. So having a conversation. So it's I'm just always intrigued by that question because I think about some of the people that I'd like to meet, sort of dead or alive, and kind of sometimes you're pressed for time and you don't have the time, right? And then sometimes you want to just get to that one question and start a conversation. So I'm really intrigued to hear like, what people think about that. But
yeah,
no, it's okay.
mine would always be someone that's not alive. I'm pretty social, so if I had a question and you're alive, I'm calling, texting, or emailing you to find out, right? So
Yeah.
it would definitely be someone that's not alive.
So I'm gonna remember that when I have questions about
I mean,
the home warranties. Yeah, but I just put your information up there. Well, Kelly, thanks a lot for your time today. We really appreciate it. As I tell everybody, it'd be such a shame if I had connections like yourself and folks in our network, and people weren't exposed to it, because I know there's so many misconceptions about like home warranties and just products and services and resources that are out there. And it's good to get you on today because I got a lot of questions answered for myself. I don't have home warranties. I'm a landlord and everything, and I don't have them, and I'm gonna go get some like right away.
yeah,
Um,
what kind of salesperson would I say if I didn't end this by saying, "Hey, Shawn, so what would it take for me to earn your business and put a warranty on your personal home?"
it wouldn't take anything because I'm gonna contact you, no later than tomorrow to get started with it. But yeah, we appreciate your time. Everybody that's out there, if there's anything that we can do to help you in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. And we'll see you next week. And again, Kelly, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Shawn. It was a joy.